I'm Cathy Frierson. I'm a resident of Durham. I teach at the University of New Hampshire. And in our classrooms, we don't permit people to use their cell phones. And I'm distressed by the fact that one of the board members has been using her cell phone during this.
Timing.
Thank you. I expect school board members to understand how dangerous words can be as weapons targeting persons rather than policies. I will mention two sources of my concern about words as weapons. The first is that I grew up, you may have noticed, in the Jim Crow South. I lived in a region where those who denied the rights of African Americans as full citizens used words and demeaning images to present all African Americans as unfit. Jokes were a favorite way to demean African Americans. So was using offensive nicknames and pointing to stereotypical physical features to make African Americans seem inferior. The second source of my concern is my research as a historian of the Soviet Union. I recently published a book, Children of the Gulag. These were children who became orphans of political repression. The Soviet government named their parents enemies of the people, arrested, imprisoned, exiled, or executed them, labeled their children children of enemies of the people, and seized the children to raise them in Soviet orphanages run by the Soviet security police. 10 million children became orphans through this deployment of words. For example, all prosperous peasants became quote-unquote bloodsuckers. Posters gave them fat stomachs or put claws on their hands. Soviet leaders, like the racists of the Jim Crow South, robbed citizens of their dignity and their humanity by using words, caricature, images, and bad jokes. We must continue to demand that no one in our district use such practices in any setting related to the education of our children. We must also ensure that no student or parent who thinks it is okay to use such words believes that he or she has a friend in the school board, someone on the school board who will not enforce school policies and who will try to excuse the abuse of words to abuse persons. I'd like to focus on this tweet. Queen O'Booty, who has no official duties, has an entourage of 22 people costing $1,256,500 per year. Any reference to an African American woman using the word queen immediately summons the phrase welfare queen. The word O'Booty adds caricature of the physical person and sexual innuendo. This welfare queen is to be envisioned as nothing more than booty, even as she represents the United States abroad.
Thank you, Cathy. Okay, wait. How many more people